Well, I apologize for saying that. I think this injury might, in fact, be serious. We don't know officially who the player is yet. When we do, we'll get it to you for sure. As you look at some of the Port Huron fans, the faithful.
Yes, the fans out here are definitely football fans because it got pretty chilly. We're in here in this enclosed box, and I'm kind of cold.
Ever since we shut the window, I'm all right now. I noticed the sound a little better when you shut the window, too. Maybe we'll remember this for next time.
Yes. But all around, this has been a pretty exciting football game on both sides. We've seen some great defensive stands on both sides, some spurts of offensive brilliance from both sides. Hammer and Washington, respectively, doing incredible jobs.
And especially Will Knight, who you can't say enough good things about.
Will Knight has had an incredible game. Definitely one of the most true Ironman football players still out there, because that's rare to see. And a nice round of applause from both sides as the injured player gets up.
And we're still not sure who that is. I believe it's Hammer, the back.
I thought it was Hammer myself.
Yes, it is, John Hammer.
Yes.
So
I hope
he looks to be walking all right. So the Fraser defense, I would think right now, has got to step it up for any hope to get back in this game. That's a huge blow. Momentum change. They give up to middle instead. This is Johnson, I believe, breaks one, breaks another, and downed right there at the 15. So a nice 5-yard pickup.
Good fighting effort by Johnston to get through on that play. He was working hard, and he kept his head in it, and that made the difference.
So it'll be second down and 4 now from the 15, so they gain 5 exactly. 4:54 to go, 20-12 for the Big Reds. I forgot they scored again. 20-12. If you just joined us, Fraser, a fumble mistake a minute ago. They gave the ball over. Turned the ball over, that is.
That hurt them.
Here we go again, a snap to Washington. Fakes inside, no, goes outside. Downed immediately right there when he tried to go back. Number 34, Joe Cuccinello on the play, on the tackle. And that's a big loss. That pushes them back now for a third and, I don't know, 8 or 9.
Yes, that hurts them.
Which brings up a good third down play, a big third down play here.
Big third down play. PH has to come up and pull something off fast. If not, I guarantee that you'll see TJ Young out here booting the ball away. But with the loss of Hammer, that has hurt Fraser on both sides. If they do happen to get the football back, they could really use his running talents. And you can't forget that he is a linebacker, so he's doing a lot for them on the running game on the defensive side of it, too.
They still are over there, too, attending to him, from what I see.
Yes, he's being surrounded. Area. I hope for his sake and for the sake of his team, he's all right.
It is one big fun time here at Memorial Stadium tonight as you look at some of the fans there having a good time. Kids and old alike enjoy their football here at Memorial Stadium. And so have we, really. It's been a good one.
Yes, this has been a great time. We've got pretty much a packed house on this side.
And, of course, the big one next week, Port Huron against Port Huron Northern.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a football game right there.
Packed on both sides.
Oh, yeah.
And even if you lose the year, you can always brag about that one if you win.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that's the only one you brag about in this town.
Okay, a lot of full motion again on this offense. They need 9, sorry, 3rd and 9. They lost 4 on that play. The hike to Will Knight, immediately up the middle, and a short gain there. Brings up 4th and long. I don't know about that call on a 3rd and 9.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been the offensive method I'd have chose. Speaking of Port Huron Northern, Port Huron High football, Northern had quite a streak going until last year. PH came in here, it was a horrible night. It was cold, it was wet, and PH stomped them 20-3.
We'll have to see if they can get revenge for that one.
Absolutely, because Northern was humiliated in that football game. I think it was 13 years that Northern went without losing to Port Huron High.
Washington drops back to punt again, and he will punt it. This time it goes far right, and it's a bad punt. They're going to let it go, but a good bounce. Keeps rolling down to about the 47, so that's all you can ask for in a roll.
That took a good 13 or 14-yard bounce for Washington.
So there's hope yet for Fraser. And I would guess if they even bring the ball down the field, get a 2-point conversion, it'll haunt them forever, that fumble.
Yes. Yes, it will. Hammer is
he
a
out
junior
there?
This year. No.
Canuck is out there right now.
Yes, he's a junior this year, and so hopefully nothing bad happened to him because he's got potential to be an incredible football player.
Port Huron showing blitz. They got a lot of men on the front. Picked up immediately is Canuck, and he's going nowhere. Downed right there. But a 3-yard loss, I would guess. So a forward progress might have lost him just 1 yard. And it looks to be, about a 3-yard loss. So tough luck there.
Yes, the Big Reds had nothing but absolutely keying on the fact that Canuck was going to run that football. And quite frankly, I don't know if I were Fraser, if I'd have came out and put the football in the back's hand first with such little amount of time left.
2nd and 12 from the 45, Fraser and Jim Sorgi. The back is in motion. This is a passing formation. He drops back. Tries to find the man over the middle. He does. Down to the 30-yard line. That's a tight end, Jason Smallars. And this game, I'll tell you, you never know what to expect. It's getting interesting.
I was thinking that myself. With a quarterback like Sorgi, if I was the head coach for Fraser, there would be absolutely nothing but that football in the air. I have a quality receiving corps. I have a good quarterback.
A big tight end.
A big tight end. And I would have complete faith in them to put the football in there, and that's going to be the quickest way to move it down the field.
Okay, here they go again. 1st and 10 from the 30. And we'll see if they pass again. Yes, they are. Sorgi immediately over the middle again to the tight end. 25-20. Powers his way to the 17.
And he got out of bounds, hopefully, and that will stop the clock for Fraser.
And a first down indicated already. Wow.
Fraser recovered very well from that. That could have put the team in a move where they had lost the football game, but no.
What an exciting offense.
Absolutely. Under the control of these players and the coaches, they came out, they shook it off. No big deal, Hammer's not going to be able to get into this one. Let's get it for him. And they stepped up, and they're doing an incredible job.
Okay, 1st and 10 now, again from the 17. Sorgi to give to Kunick. Kunick fighting, still fighting. Maybe he got 2, maybe 3. Smother of tacklers there.
Though Kunick didn't get many yardage on that play, that was the play that I'd have gone with too. After 2 incredible passes, I'd have put the ball on the ground and see what he could do, because now the PH defense is a little bit leery of the ball going in the air. They've got to pay attention to that too now.
Well, this is obviously the last chance for Fraser. I don't know if I would eat up all that much clock, though. We'll see. Of course, they are quick striking, so that might be, in fact, the plan.
Yes.
They are in the eye. We haven't seen anything of John Hammer since his injury. Kunick is in motion. This looks like a passing type set. Kunick becomes a wideout. They have 3 of them. A blitz, nothing doing. He is sacked.
Oh my goodness. That could have possibly been the play of the game there.
And guess who? Johnny on the spot, Will Knight of all people.
Will Knight has not had his fingers up out of the mix since this football game started. He has been in on everything from scoring to special teams to incredible defense.
That's a loss of, 7, 8?
If this football game ended now, I would absolutely have to go with Will Knight as my player of the game.
Oh, absolutely, and it's just about over. So, provided some kind of Hail Mary miracle, I'd say Will Knight is our player of the game.
Absolutely, he's played phenomenal tonight.
On both sides.
On both sides, yes. And like I said, that's so rare to find a football player these days. They go out and they focus so much on the position that they play, that to be able to go out and step out on both sides of the football and play them with the skill that Will Knight possesses, that's a special talent in itself.
And a smart call by Port Huron to do a late blitz there.
Yes, that kind of confused them. That gave the receivers and the little bit of the linemen to bounce, block these people and step up, and then Big Reds was just in the gaps, and they were all over. They were all over Sorgi, and he had no place to go.
So it is 3rd and 15 from the 23 now. That's way back considering where they were. And I would guess they have that pass over the middle, as we said, all day long. I think this team can do that their whole year and win,
yes,
as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, that their tight end has such soft hands for being such a big guy.
Man in motion is Kunick. This is it. 3rd and 15. Back to pass, a blitz again. He throws deep. Look out! Caught! Touchdown!
Touchdown!
Oh, what a great pass! Frank Shazinski in the end zone. A touchdown. What a quarterback this guy is, I'll tell you. He's hurt with a late hit, but what a pass.
And look at that. Will Knight goes out to help Sorgi up off the ground.
Class act.
That shows you how classy these football teams are, how much respect they have for each other, and that directly goes to the quality of coaching on both sides.
I'm telling you, Jim Sorgi is hurt, but I'll tell you, he has played his lights out today, and just a phenomenal pass. He's the best quarterback I've seen yet in this league.
He is. He's put on a heck of a show for these, and he's only a junior in high school. That's so incredible. I wonder if there's any college scouts out there keeping an eye on this kid, because they should be.
That pass was right on the money, and the receiver had him beat easy. Szynski just turned around. And
He was a good 3 or 4 steps out in front of the D-back. And Sorgi threw it with the defender in the air in his face and still hit his mark. That is the sign of a good throwing quarterback, and those are hard to find nowadays.
I'm not sure about these games. I haven't witnessed it yet, but do they go overtime or are they ties?
Honestly, I've never seen any.
No, neither have I. Will be interesting to see. Only a minute and 26 to go. But of course, that's jumping the gun. They still have to get this 2-point conversion.
And this is a very important play. PH is out there. They're definitely saying one thing, and that is, I don't care what you have to do to stop this ball to go in. Don't let it in.
If I'm Fraser, I'm telling you, I do a lot more than just a straight handoff, though. The crowd is getting into it. Port Huron fans on their feet. This is it. 20-18, a minute 26, fourth quarter. Tension mounting. Both sides of the field on their feet. This is it, really. I expect a rollout pass. Look out for it. Sorgi.
He's got to throw it.
Here is the rollout.
Wide open.
Oh! What a play by Sorgi. Wow. Brandon Levy, of all people. Touchdown. 20-all.
That was an absolutely phenomenal play.
I don't believe what I just saw.
I have never seen anything like that. Sorgi kept his head so calm, though there were 3 defenders in his face. He stayed smooth, he rolled, he passed. That was one of the sweetest plays I have ever seen.
It's like it's a normal occurrence for him to get blitzed, because it looked like it was just him throwing to his dad in the backyard.
Yeah, he didn't care. So here comes 3 of the big guys that could potentially kill me. I'm going to step to the side and throw it to Brandon Levy on the money to tie this football game with a minute and 26 seconds left.
I tell you, it's a no-brainer why this team is 5-1. Oh.
With an offense like that, I want to know who beat them.
They can pass all day and it works.
That was phenomenal. And the way they kept their composure, because they lost Hammer. First Hammer lost the football, then they lost Hammer. And that's devastating both ways. I don't know what would hurt more, losing the football on about the 4-yard line or losing my running back.
And you mentioned scouts. I imagine they're all over Sorgi. I would guess it. Just too much composure. He is 6'4", so that's 6'4" and 185. He gets some meat on him.
Yes, that's perfect. He hits the weight room, and that's perfect size for a quarterback.
But don't forget, these are high school kids still growing.
Absolutely.
At 6'4", you never know.
Absolutely, and the way he mentally, the way he's composed himself.
Oh yes.
It's like he's been doing this since he was 5 or 6.
Nonetheless, Port Huron at 1:26. That's the time they have. We have a 20-all tie in the fourth quarter. Onside kick try, they down it right there. And I'm not sure about that either.
No,
I mean, you are kicking to some deep threats, Cranford and Washington.
Absolutely.
But I would think you still kick that away.
Absolutely. I don't know what I would have tried there. I definitely would have tried kicking it, but I don't think I would have kicked it to either of those two because of such potential threats. Maybe a nice drop into the middle to somebody.
Fans on both sides trying to outdo each other with the noise. John Scott in motion. The handoff. Will Knight, look out, broke one tackle, but met right there and pushed back. Like John Trudell, the captain of this team.
Any yardage that Knight gained on that one was taken back, but they're going to call it progression of movement. And they're going to...
Which indicates to me about a gain of 3.
Yes.
Maybe 2, it looks 2.5.
This is possibly one of the best high school football games I've ever had the chance to see. 2 completely different teams coming out and playing incredible football.
50 seconds left, fourth quarter, 20-all. We don't know what to expect next. Washington back to pass, going deep. Man is open. Oh, he overthrew him. Number 43, Jeff Warzinski, actually, and that would have been the game there.
Warzinski was wide open. Supposed to be covered by Levy. Warzinski had him by a good 2 or 3 steps. Washington actually had a very nice toss there, a nice tight spiral, and he had the accuracy, just threw it a little bit too hard.
And I'm telling you, what a play call from a team that is running. You throw that, and Washington looked like he had the arm.
Absolutely, yes.
3rd down, 7 from the 49. Big play here, 41 seconds left. Washington, again, back to pass. He's past the line, he's got to run it now, and nothing doing. It looked like he wanted to pass and couldn't make up his mind.
Yes, that was that first one. Fraser got lucky on that last play. They got lucky on because the receiver missed the football, and they realized that they were playing too lax, too close, waiting for the run. This time they stepped back. Washington wanted to pass the football, but Fraser was all over that passing idea and smothered it. Washington had to run, and he had no place to go.
Okay, 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7. I don't think they're going to get this play off. I think they're playing for a possible overtime.
They're calling for timeout.
A timeout with 3 seconds left, so I would think they air this one out.
Oh, absolutely. They're going to take out all their best hands. They're going to line them up all over the line of scrimmage with as least blocking as possible, I'm expecting, and just try to air it out and see what happens.
3 seconds left, 20 all. If you're just joining us, it's been that kind of game, Alex. Back and forth, and
this has been incredible.
Besides the 3rd quarter, we've seen.
Yes, this has been incredible football. The 3rd quarter got a little slappy. Both teams either came out a little jittery or a little too comfortable. I'm not sure, but they tightened it up, both sides. I've got to hand it to both sides, offense and defense. They have played phenomenally.
Well, this might be yet a little premature, but my 2 players of the game, first of all, Port Huron Big Reds, William Knight, and of course, how can you deny Jim Sorge of this Fraser Rambler team?
Absolutely.
Who are your players of the game?
Oh,
Do you agree with that?
I'm going to have to go with you 100% on that. Well, I can't get over Sorge being able to step out there and throw such a perfect pass and then step back into a safety position like he does, and he plays it well.
Here we go, 3 seconds to go. This is it. 20 all from the 47. Lots of men in motion. I would guess they're throwing this one. Not line up any deep wideouts. They're in the middle again. John Scott, and they're just going to follow the block now. Tony Washington down right there at the 39-yard line. And that is all. That's the end of regulation time. And I would guess overtime is on the way. What a game. 20 all. We're going to enter the 5th quarter of play.
That was absolutely incredible. Now, one thing that both sides are going to absolutely have to consider is fatigue, because it is definitely going to play a factor now. It's getting cold, it's getting late, and they're getting tired.
All right, and we have a timeout. This is CPHS Channel 6. We'll be right back with the 5th quarter, the overtime quarter, in just a moment. The score, 20-20, Port Huron and Fraser. And welcome back to Memorial Stadium. If you wanted a game with everything, guess what, Alex? We've had a game with everything.
Definitely.
20 all in the 5th quarter, overtime period.
I can't get over this game. I'm still standing here in awe by the show put on by both sides. I can't get over it. The PH running game has just been clicking. The PH defense has been dominating. On the flip side, the run defense that is done so well containing PH today for the most part. But then you look on the flip side and you've got Sorge tossing the football with accuracy and precision and the calm and the cool collectiveness of a Division I college quarterback, it looks like.
Yeah, I can't believe it myself. It's they always say that the good teams always find a way to win. Well, Fraser has had kind of a down game for their standards, I believe. Of course, Port Huron homecoming, you could see how that could maybe happen. However, the good teams find the way to win. They fought back their own way, and who cares if it was late? They still tied it up. From their perspective, you got to be thinking, well, we got the momentum now.
Yes, the ball is definitely rolling in favor of Fraser right now. I look over across the field and I do see Hammer. I see Hammer's helmet on his head. That would just be the spark, the adrenaline that Fraser needs to get over top of this Port Huron High is to get the man who was hurt back in this game. Because Hammer had played so phenomenally through the game. I mean, his running, the quality of his running has been very impressive.
Okay, so we're about to begin the overtime period. I'm not sure how the rules work in this, but
I just saw them out there, and it looked like they were going to flip a coin.
I think they did, and I think Port Huron might have won this toss.
I have no idea what they're doing here, but it sure looks like
Fraser's offense has entered the game.
Fraser's offense is on the
and they're giving it to him at the 15. So maybe this is a rule. Maybe you get a certain amount of downs to get it in.
Actually, that's the 10.
Well, they got it on the 10, yes.
Yes.
Well, here we go. Nonetheless, 1st and 10. We're not sure what they're doing, but they're doing it anyway. I formation. Canuck tripped up right there immediately. A good heads-up tackle.
That was. I don't know what they're going to do here. Maybe they're just going to switch on and off like 10 yards.
Well, I'm telling you, this is stupid because this is an easy field goal, I would think, from this spot.
Absolutely.
I would think this is favoritism to the people who win the coin flip, and
absolutely,
it's a big flip.
Yes. If I were, I don't know if that's a rule that you can't kick the field goal or not, but I know if I was Fraser and I had somebody with a semi-decent foot, I would definitely have them out there kicking the football.
Okay, here we go again. Sorgi back to pass. Man open in the end zone. Beautiful pass. Caught! Oh, there he goes again. Number 23, Frank Shazitsky. That is the game. I don't believe what I just saw again. Sorgi, incredible.
That was Sorgi.
Actually, that might not be the game. Again, we're not sure with the overtime rules, but wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here as opposed to the overtime rules, but Sorgi threw an incredible pass to Szyczki that hit him right on the numbers. Basically, all Szyczki had to do was cross his arms across the football, and he did that perfectly. I have to give credit to Szyczki for being such a good receiver today.
And I'll tell you, with that Sorgi, the secondary really has no chance. I mean, that's domination.
Yes, it is. That is the power of a quarterback who has so much natural talent that the only thing that the coaches can really do is hand him a playbook and say, here, learn this. Because he's so good.
Wow.
And those quarterbacks are incredibly hard to find. Somebody that they don't come along very often with someone with as much talent as Sorgi seems to possess. I don't know if he practices a lot or not, but he is one phenomenal quarterback.
And leadership. I'm sure they held their breath when he was laying there a minute ago and hurt.
Yes, that is definitely that's a franchise player right
wow, yes.
That could, without Sorgi, this team could potentially be 1-5 instead of its 5-1 standing right now.
But their receivers are also talented athletes.
Oh, absolutely. And their size helps them so much.
And like I said, that pass is there all day. They've done it all day. Well, so far anyway. In the fourth quarter they did.
Yes, oh yes, they really switched off the running game that they were trying to key on in the third quarter.
Well, it's 2-point conversion time. Sorgi on the roll, he's got it, no problem. He's outside, touchdown. That's a 2-point conversion in, it's good. That makes it 28-20 for Fraser. What a talented player.
This quarterback is 1 in a million as far as I'm concerned. This kid can run, he can pass, he's smart, he's quite a good defender from what little bit we've seen. For some reason, PH neglects to throw it his way, I wonder why. But he is just one phenomenal athlete.
And they had nobody outside smart enough, or not smart enough, but fast enough to catch him.
Right. They were absolutely looking for Sorgi to pass it, and when he didn't, they were confused. They had no idea what to do.
Well, I'm not sure what they're doing here now, but the ball is again marked on the 10-yard line, sorry.
I'm thinking they're going to give PH a chance now. And if PH...
From there, though. Oh, okay, they just rotate.
Yeah.
I see,
And
okay.
if PH doesn't score,
it's
Fraser
over.
wins the football.
Okay,
If PH
that makes
scores,
sense now. Then.
Maybe they give it a try again, or maybe they'll eventually settle in a tie.
So again, that coin flip is very important.
Yes, yes. Because now, PH knows what they have to do. Maybe.
Okay, 1st and 10 from the 10. Will Knight, a fake handoff. He's up the middle. Lots of yards there, fighting his way to the 2.
That was an incredible one by Will Knight, just showing what has happened. Will Knight has been here all day like that.
When times are tough, you give to your big senior, Will Knight, 5'9", 195 pounds, and he's doing a job.
He is thick. He is all muscle, too. He is fast. He is strong. And what's amazing to me is that he can mix his running style up. He can take it outside and beat you with his speed. He can take it inside and hurt you with his power.
And I tell you, if I'm Fraser, I like that conversion because that makes Port Huron score twice.
Yes.
Tony Washington fighting, gets to the 1, or the inch line. Where the referee is from here, it looks like anything goes where the ball is at inch line.
Yeah. But yes, for Fraser with that 2-point conversion that they converted on, that's nice because when you're talking 2-point conversion, you're talking 2-yard line. That means that Big Reds don't have a whole lot of room, and since they can't pass, they have to run. And that kind of hurts them in that sense that they don't have that option because now Fraser knows what to look for.
Okay, Port Huron fans getting loud. They're getting on their feet. Both sides of the field getting on the feet. Hand off to Washington. Dives forward. He got it. Touchdown. The referee has signaled touchdown. That puts them down by 2 now, 28-26.
This could be the most important play. This is absolutely the most important play of the game for Port Huron High.
Obviously, Port Huron, this make or breaks. They go 3 and 4 if they don't get this.
Yes. Yes. That puts them below 500 and possibly out of contention for a title.
And you'll know just by watching. You hear this place go crazy. It means they scored. If not, I think Fraser will be going home the victor. Let's see.
What a way to end a football game.
They give the Knight, hustles in, touchdown, not even touched. Defensive collapse, maybe.
Will Knight moves through there like there was absolutely nothing between him and the end zone, and essentially there wasn't.
I don't believe this game. You go down for some popcorn, come back up, you miss something.
This has just been one phenomenal quarter. I can't. After we started the extra quarter, I guess you could call it. That's been incredible. The fourth quarter was phenomenal. The third quarter was actually a serious disappointment as far as that goes.
And our 2 players of the game showing in overtime why they're the players of the
Absolutely.
game. My goodness.
These are 100% pressure players. They love this stuff. They thrive on it in different styles. Will Knight loves to go out there and show everybody. And Sorgi is so calm that it's almost, like it doesn't affect him either way.
We'll see. And really, if one of these 2 teams maybe goes far in the future, this is the game that I think they look back on. Not necessarily for Port Huron the game next week. This is the one.
Absolutely.
Wow.
For next week, this game is going to make and break one of the 2 teams next week. If PH loses, they are going to go heads down. If they win,
they'll be on an all-time high.
They are going to be on a very much on a high. And the same goes for Fraser. Wherever they may be playing football next week, they are going to be pumped or they are going to be seriously disappointed because this is just the quality of football game this has been today. I don't think that there's been a player on this field yet who hasn't poured his heart and his soul out onto this field, and when they leave, I'm sure they'll still be laying there. And actually, it's kind of sad to see one team have to lose a football game like this.
Yes, they both played extremely well, extremely well. All right, so out comes Port Huron. And it looks to me I'm not sure what they're discussing here, what's going on. I guess another timeout's been called.
This tie-breaking system that they have here is actually kind of baffling. I don't see why they don't.
I tell you, I don't like it.
I don't like it myself. I say throw another 12 or 15 minutes up on there and let them play another.
Exactly, yes.
Flip the coin, let's make it fair, and let's do this.
Well, I think they're flipping the coin again.
They're going to... I've got this feeling that they're going to do this until somebody doesn't. If eventually somebody's not going to score here, and that's going to be it.
This has been that type of game. Bring your sleeping bag, bring your pillow. We could be here a while.
For all the people at home who didn't get up and come down here because this is cold, I feel sorry for you.
Yes.
This has been one incredible football game. I guarantee you that there's not a fan in the stand that's cold right now because everybody in this stadium is pumped.
Absolute treat to watch, even at the high school level.
Yes. And what I like a lot about this is the sportsmanship that comes from the high school players. You saw Will Knight walk over there and pick Sorgi up off the ground. And you know that they're in deep competition, but when it comes down to it, the spirit of sportsmanship that can only be found in high school sports came out, and that was a quality move.
And I'm not sure, you might even see Sorgi leave next year, the way he is, as talented as he is. If a college gives him a full ride, you never know.
Yes.
He's playing like it too.
Oh, if he keeps this up next year, absolutely, this kid will have money to go play football somewhere. And I wish the best to him.
Absolutely.
Because he's played phenomenal tonight. If he plays like this, I mean, he has to play like this or they wouldn't be 5-1.
Okay, here we go again. Port Huron seems to have won the second toss. First and 10, first and goal on the 10, actually. John Scott in motion. Will Knight to switch. It's a reverse. Tony Washington on an end around. Touchdown, Port Huron. What a great call.
That was an incredible play. It totally had the defense baffled. And actually, Tony Washington almost didn't get in. The Big Red defender thought he had a block on Sorgi down there, and he didn't. Sorgi got off, but luckily for Washington, he had such momentum built by that time that he hit Sorgi and knocked him backwards and delivered the hit instead of Sorgi delivering the hit on Washington.
Well, fantastic, gutsy call there.
Oh, absolutely. But see, the nice thing is they're giving them 4 downs out here.
And they are going for the 2-point conversion here, which is huge. Let's see what happens. The hike will go to Tony Washington. There it is. Washington breaks through the hole. Touchdown! They got in a 2-point conversion completed.
As phenomenal a game as Will Knight's having, never for a split second can you ever take Tony Washington out of your mind. He is one of the biggest threats on this field. At any time, he can do exactly what he did and break off one. And actually, you know, that defense is walking over there saying, wow, we just got scored on. That was a pretty cool move they just did there.
Yes. 36-28 once again. Fraser put in a position where they have no choice. A score and a 2.
Don't for a split second count Fraser out on this one. They are absolutely 100% in this game. Their game is on right now more than it has been on any time this game. They are playing phenomenal football.
It's crunch time in Memorial Stadium. 36-28 overtime. Port Huron on top. They give to Sorgi, and it's Canuck actually nowhere to go. Wrapped up by guess who?
Will Knight.
Surprised?
Oh yeah, the fans are giving it up for Will Knight tonight. They understand. I remember he has really matured a lot this year. I watched him play last year, and he was a great player. His defensive game wasn't quite what it is now, and he didn't quite have the running quality he has now. He worked hard, obviously, because he is just playing phenomenal football.
Well, Port Huron wants a timeout here. It's funny, every single blitz Port Huron does, Will Knight's in the front of it. Absolutely,
yes. He's one of those guys that loves this. He loves to be up in there. He loves to bash around, and he's so strong and so powerful, yet so quick that this is perfect for him. These in-close plays where they're so close to the end zone are perfect for his style.
Okay, so that'll bring up 2nd and 15 from the 15. A loss of 5 exactly.
That doesn't mean anything. That just gives Sorgi more room to throw the football.
It does lose it down, though, so we'll see.
Yes, that's the only thing that hurts him.
Double wideout set on the far side. One tight end on the near side. I formation. Let's see what Sorgi does. Back to pass. Sacked again! Oh, what a sack there! They're saying Brown caused the fumble, but still a humongous sack. Number 71. Will Ganga.
That is the second time today that he has come through and laid a lick on Sorgi.
Nobody picked him up.
Nobody picked him up, and he did it again. He did that before, I believe it was in the second quarter, when they were marching thin. Nobody picked him up, and he came through and just pounded him.
So another big loss. That puts them back to, I believe, the 20. Oh, we have a holding against the Big Reds. Oh, that's a tough call, I'll tell you. After a big sack like that, disregard the sack, folks. 2nd down repeated at the 10. That's huge.
This is the second time, or actually greater than the second time, that an incredible Big Red play has been screwed up by a foolish penalty like that.
Okay, 2 wideouts far side, 1 near side, tight end. Sorgi to pass. Almost picked off by Washington. That would have been the game. This brings up a 3rd and goal from the 10.
Saw Washington with the disappointment on him as he felt the football dance across his fingertips and just slip out of his hand. Sorgi seems to have lost a little bit of his composure here. Of course, after the first 2 downs like that, I don't know.
After a couple blitzes, a lot of pressure, he might be thinking about that a little too much.
Yeah.
That's what blitzes do. They get to quarterbacks' heads. That's what they're meant to do.
Absolutely.
And here they come again. They're showing it again. Watch Will Knight on that far side. Somebody's got to pick him up. Sorgi, the hike. Here we go. Back to pass. Over the middle. Broken up in a beautiful play. Number 13, Matt Prevost might have just won the game for Port Huron.
That was a very disputable call because
almost pass interference,
that
you
was
believe?
Hammer. Yes, Hammer had his back turned to the guy, did not have the football yet, and Prevost nailed him. The official in the end zone had a much better view than you or I have of it, and he waved it off. Of course, I got a feeling that if it's not outright blatantly obvious, and this time of the game, they're going to let these guys play football, and they're not going to call that kind of stuff. But
wow, what a game. 4th and goal from the 10. This is it, make or break.
Absolutely. Hammer thought that he had the pass interference on that call. If I was the official, I'd have seriously considered giving it to him myself.
Well, I don't know. I might disagree with you there. It looked like he was going for the football.
He did have his left arm. It did come out around over top.
Of course, I didn't want to see what the right arm was doing.
Yeah, the right arm looked to me like it was coming through or up here on the top of his back, which would have knocked him down. So,
which in any case might be an interference call.
Yes. That call could have easily gone both ways. But I do have to respect the officials for trying to stay out of it at this point of the game as much as possible.
Nonetheless, this is it. 4th and goal from the 10. It's make or break, do or die, crunch time. Sorgi back to pass on the rollout. Got some room. He's going to take it. He's in for the touchdown. I don't believe
goodness.
it.
Oh
Sorgi
my goodness.
scores again.
Oh my goodness.
And he even looked calm there.
He ran the entire time with that football above his right shoulder and totally had the PH defense thinking that he was going to pass that football when he was 2 inches in front of the goal line. They thought he was going to pass it, and he walked right in.
And you think about it, all Port Huron had to do was a stop at the 2, and it was over.
Yes.
This is it here again, though. They got to come in again. And I would think here, if Fraser gets in, what a impressive adjustment. Sorgi back to pass.
There it is.
Again, caught!
Hammer!
I don't believe this, John Hammer. We're tied again, 36-36.
This is the most incredible football game, ladies and gentlemen, I have ever had the privilege of witnessing in my entire life.
This is high school, but I'll tell you, this outdoes pro games.
Oh, anytime, hands down. The quality of football being shown right here, the flawlessness of the way the offense and the defense are working is just incredible.
There's CPHS Channel 6 coverage of tonight's high school football matchup between the Port Huron Big Reds, who were 3-3 coming in, versus the Fraser Ramblers, 5-1 coming in. Wow, that's all we can say. Wow, I'll let you explain why. Wow, Alex.
This has been one incredible football game, from an almost returned touchdown by Tony Washington on the open kickoff to Will Knight breaking, smashing, touching, getting his hands in absolutely everything he can, to Jim Sorgi getting up, stepping up, throwing passes that look like the quality of something Joe Montana has in his playbook. He has just played a phenomenal football game. Mike Hammer stepping up, getting hurt, coming back in, scoring 2-point conversions to tie the game. We, by the way, are in the 5th quarter here. That is the extra one, ladies and gentlemen.
But as long as this extra quarter has been played here, I would almost think we're into maybe a 6th.
This is the 2nd time. This is going to start the 3rd time of what they've gone around. What they're doing is they're taking the ball and setting it on the 10-yard line. they're giving one team 4 chances to score a touchdown. If they do that, they give them a chance to score the 2-point conversion.
And you talk about money's worth for the fans. I mean, what's the cost of a ticket to this game?
This would probably be about $3 to this game.
I tell you, if it's under $5, it's well worth it for what we've seen.
Oh,
and we didn't pay.
Yeah, we got in for free. For $5, I would pay $5 to come and see this football game. This has just been phenomenal.
Just a pleasure to call, yes.
Yeah, I feel very fortunate to be able to sit up here and bring this to you, everybody out there watching right now.
As is CPHS Channel 6. Proudly, after a game like this, your home of high school football from Port Huron.
Absolutely. And you couldn't, this has been a great night. We've got a great turnout here. I love the stadium. This is an absolutely beautiful stadium to play football in. And each team showed up, they came in, and they played some serious football today.
Any word on how much the stadium can hold, Alex?
Actually, I have absolutely no idea how many the stadium can hold. Wait till next week when it's Port Huron Northern versus Port Huron High School, and you will see a full stadium and you won't believe your eyes.
But from that standpoint, I can't imagine anything as good as this.
No,
this has got playoff implications, this one.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Can you imagine a final championship moment in this situation? I couldn't imagine.
I don't think I would want to be on that field if I had that situation. That would be something that you would carry proudly or regret for the rest of your life.
Well, Fraser has won the third toss. They will start with the ball now. First and goal from the 10. The quick pass.
Sorry.
Did he? Oh, he almost came up with it. The ball was thrown to the other side of him. He made a cut to the left. The throw was to the right.
Szanski came out on that one, and he actually did an incredible job to hurry up and turn around and dive on it. The PH defender was paying more attention to the receiver than he was to the football, because that football actually could have been easily picked by that PH defender.
So again, second and goal from the 10 now, and Fraser calling timeout. Another break in the action. I can't possibly think of another thing that could happen in this game, Alex.
Everything, if it's in the football rules book, it's also on this field. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the most spectacular football game I've ever seen.
And if you think about it, everything has happened in this game, including a third quarter that was a goof third quarter with penalties.
Yes, we have had a landslide first quarter pretty much by Port Huron. Second quarter came back. Fraser pretty much did an incredible job in the second quarter. The third quarter was the one that both teams are going to want to forget.
And nobody scored in that quarter.
Yeah, yes. The fourth quarter was just a delight to watch by both teams. That was high school quality football at its finest. And then there's this, the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th quarter, whatever we are on now. I can't even keep track anymore, but this is phenomenal. Actually, this is what, the third set that they've done?
I think it is the third time. For those of you that just joined us, I don't know why you've just joined us. You've missed a heck of a game. Derek Wark, Alex Rogers calling the action tonight, and it's been one of those games. Second and goal from the 10 now. This is overtime. Jim Sorge back to pass. Throws late. Oh, I would. That's pass interference.
I
don't know why that was not called. I grabbed him early and threw him down.
Threw him down, yes. Levy caught that ball attempted to catch that football after he was on the ground.
But the referees could be looking at this thinking, you know, it's very close. A call like that could decide it. I don't think they want penalties to decide it.
That would be the worst way to lose this football game is to a stripe shirt. If you're going to lose this football game to the opposing team and go out graciously, but I would not want to lose it to an official.
Well, the way Sorge can throw, I would think you have 2 plays from this spot to get in, rather than just run it up 5 yards.
Yes.
The usual I formation, 2 wideouts now being set. Sorge, a fake handoff, a blitz. He didn't get rid of it, instead a sack, and that's a huge one. Oh my gosh, Will Knight again. Does that guy quit?
This kid just doesn't quit. He keeps going and going. The more tired that everybody else is getting, Will Knight is getting stronger. He seems to feed
off that, yeah.
He's getting stronger. He's getting faster. His game is just, it's perfect right now. There's no other way to describe it. The way he's been playing defense lately is absolutely perfect. He's coming around the ends. He is making that big defensive end miss with his quickness. And then once he gets a hold of Sorgi, poor Sorgi isn't going to be able to do anything.
All right, 4th and goal from the 22. I don't think they're scoring here. I got to be honest with you. They got to get 22 yards. Sorgi back to pass. A late blitz coming. He avoids it.
Throw that thing.
Sacked again. Oh, sacked again. A beautiful sack there. Number 57, Randy Logan. He might have just won the game.
I think I've seen about 8 or 9 plays of the game so far.
Sorgi did not see him coming, did he?
No. Sorgi had a block on 2 guys were coming at him. 2 guys stepped back and blocked. Sorgi went between the hole, and then number 57,
Randy Logan.
Randy Logan came through that hole again and hit Sorgi from behind.
What a job by Sorgi stopping that first one, though. To
Yes.
get out of the first blitz, and then.
Yes, and congratulations for Logan to keep his head in it and to stay with this. He did an incredible job to keep up.
Port Huron scores. This is over. John Scott in motion. The give to him outside from the 10. Down to the 5. He broke one. Touchdown, Port Huron. This game is over. They're rushing the field. Port Huron has won this football game. The final 42-36. Look at this celebration. They're going crazy. And why not?
John Scott's in the parking lot. Okay, there he comes. He's back to join us.
I don't think he's too happy, Alex.
I can't, if I was John Scott, I would be flaunting this way more than he is right now. That was absolutely incredible. That was a perfectly executed play. The blocks came when the blocks needed to come. Port Huron had an incredibly hard-fought football game today.
Well, normally right now we just send it out of here, but we got to talk about this
Yes.
game. It was too incredible to leave right now.
Yes.
I mean, look at that last run even. I mean, what a scamper. Like,
Yes.
You're left speechless. I'm left speechless by the entire game. I'll let Mr. Color take care of that. What do you think?
I think that the whole game was played perfect. I think that both teams executed their running games absolutely flawlessly. On both sides, I think Tony Washington had a big game. Tony Washington, as a matter of fact, was not as big a factor as I kind of anticipated that he would have been tonight. On the flip side, Will Knight came out and just played a stupendous game. I have never seen anybody play a football game like that before.
And those are our players of the game for Port Huron. Will Knight for Fraser, Jim Sorgi in a losing cause.
Yes, on the flip side of that, Sorgi, excellent football game. He kept his head in it. He stayed calm. He knew what he had to do when it came time to do it. That second set there in the overtime when it was 4th down and he had to throw the pass and he threw the pass and then he had to score the 2-point. He scored the 2-point and he stepped up. The game has been incredible. It showed us every aspect of football.
All right, the final score then, Port Huron Big Reds 42 and the Fraser Ramblers 36. And it's been a great one for Alex Rogers. I'm Derek Wark, the Big D. Thanks for listening. Have a great night, everybody. This has been CPHS Channel 6, proudly your home of high school football tonight.